guys. I don't know where everybody's at because there's only 2 people in here, so hopefully everybody else joins, but I'm just going to start because it's time to start. So let's bring our hands to our heart and let's close our eyes. Let's take a couple yogic breaths here. So we're going to inhale, push our belly out. Exhale, push our belly in. So take 2 more of those on your own. We're connecting with the breath and centering in ourselves, getting in our body. Actually, let's take 3 more of those on your own. So you can drop your hands if you want to. Inhale and exhale. Just keep your eyes closed. Just take some yogic breaths. So inhale through the nose, push your belly out. Exhale through the nose, push your belly in. So we're connecting with the breath, getting back into our bodies, using the breath as our anchor point. So we'll start the class connecting or doing our spirit to spirit exercise. So we're doing this so that way we can create an intention for our yoga class and it's going to align us. So we're going to focus on the center of our chest and we're going to align with our own spirit. So we'll pick a color for our spirit. So everyone just take a moment, see what color your spirit is. So you're acknowledging your spirit, and now you're going to acknowledge all of your healing guides, which could be your guardian angels, your ancestors, the elementals, things like earth, air, fire, water, the sun, it's summer, anything that's around you that's there to help you. These are your healing guides, your deceased relatives, and then all the highest versions of themselves, and you can picture them, you can picture the sun, you can picture water, maybe there's someone looking out for you. So imagine their faces too, that really helps to visualize it. And then we're going to connect with the universal cosmic consciousness, and you can imagine that as a white streaming light. You can imagine it, maybe there's a god or a goddess you like to picture. Visualizing it really helps. So we're connecting with the greater spirit, and let's just create an intention for our yoga class tonight. We'll take 1 inhale, 1 exhale. Gently open your eyes, and we're going to stay in the seated position. We're going to stretch our spines. So everybody's late, so I have to get up and add everybody. So we're going to inhale. Oh, there's another one. Okay, inhale, reach your arms up and stretch up really tall, and then you're going to exhale, come forward. So go ahead and do that. I add 1 more. And I think that's all of us. Okay, and then we're going to do that over to the right. So we're warming up our spine. Inhale, reach up really tall, and then we're exhale over to the right. And then come back up. Big circle with the arms. Let's do that on the left. So inhale, reaching really tall, creating lots of space in between our vertebrae. And then exhale, come over to the left. And inhale, come back to center. Let's do that 1 more time. So we're going to inhale, drop forward. Exhale. So go ahead and take your time and do that on the right and left, each side. One more time, just stretching the spine. You want to make sure you're taking the yogic breaths. And then come back to center. So we'll do some neck rolls. So let's bring our chin to our chest, and then we'll do 3 to the left. So slowly, just take your time. Over to the back, to the right, and down. We'll do that 2 more times. And then let's switch sides. So we'll do 3 on the other side. So you want to take some really deep breaths here. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We're increasing our prana. This is our life force energy. So by inhaling, we're pushing on the vagus nerve and the diaphragm. That's increasing the rest and digest nervous system. And exhale. So we're working our nervous system, we're working our energetics, we are working on more oxygen in the body. So make sure you're taking really deep breaths here, because that's what you came here for, is to get that life force energy. And then let's do some shoulder rolls. So we'll do 3 to the back. That was 5, so we'll do 5. And then we'll do 5 to the front. And come back to center. Let's stretch our spine one more time. So we're going to inhale, so reach up really tall. So feel the space in between your vertebra. Inhale. And then exhale, come forward. And then inhale, lift up, big circle with the arms. Exhale. Okay, so we are going to do Fists of Anger, everybody's favorite. So we should be doing this all the time, because of all the crazy shit that's happening in the world today. We need to get this anger out of our system, anger and frustration. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our fingers into the pads of our palms, and then we're going to bring our thumbs to our temples, and we're going to bring our fingers to the pads of our palms, and then the thumbs are inside. Okay, I can't do 2 things at once. The thumbs are inside, the fingers come down, and then the arms are in front of you, and then we're going to inhale and exhale through the mouth. So if you can't do it fast, you can do the breathing slow. So we'll go ahead and start. Close your eyes. So inhale and exhale through the mouth. Start to use your anger to fuel the movement. Start to think of the things that make you really frustrated and angry and use that anger to fuel the movement. And then our palms are straight. We're going to inhale, lift up, hold the breath. Imagine white light radiating through your fingertips. Stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Imagine the white light is spreading down your aura to the right and left of you. It's enveloping you. Exhale. Inhale. So project that white light all around you. It's above you, it's below you, it's to the right and left of you. Expand, expand, expand. Exhale. Just take some deep breaths here. See if you feel lighter, you've gotten rid of some of that anger, some of that irritability, that frustration. Take some deep yogic breaths. Okay, and then gently open your eyes. So now we're going to do the addiction meditation, where your fingers come into the pads of your palms and your thumbs come to your temples. And we're going to say sa, ta, na, ma. When we do that, we're going to clench the back molars. So gently sa, ta, na, ma. And you can imagine each time you say that mental recitation that it's coming through the top of your head and out your third eye. So gently close your eyes. You can imagine that. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your arms down. Let's do a couple more shoulder rolls. Roll the neck. So that addiction meditation is affecting our brain. So when we do the addiction meditation, we're doing the mental recitation. Every time we clench our back molars, that's affecting the glands in your brain. So by doing that, we're decreasing everything you're addicted to, which could be your phone, the news, alcohol, cigarettes, social media, whatever you're addicted to. That addiction meditation is really good for breaking those addictions, for breaking up those even addictive thoughts, breaking up those addictive thoughts in your brain, those patterns in your brain, and repatterning them. So this is really important right now, especially with everything that's going on, and the news just plays things in loops and everyone sees it now. And so this is helping us break those addictions to the things that are making us addicted and angry right now. So let's come into cat-cow. So we'll come onto all fours, and then we're going to inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. So we're going to do 3 minutes of cat-cow to balance our chakras. So go ahead and take your time and do it on your own. So last summer we learned about all 7 chakras in the body, and that's what cat-cow is doing, is balancing all 7 of your chakras. So I'll just, while you're doing 3 minutes of cat-cow, I'll just explain the chakras to you, because me and Alicia and Elaine last summer we went super deep and we learned about all the names of the chakras, where they're located, the postures to do to activate all the chakras. We went into the spirituality behind all the chakras, the gemstones, everything. It was super deep. So how easy, you just do 3 minutes of cat-cow a day and you're activating all the chakras, and you don't even have to know what they mean. But when you do know what they mean, it brings awareness to the area and it helps you build on that chakra and bring more energy to it. So the first chakra is located at the base of your spine. And that is the Muladhara, and let's see if I can remember all the names. And this is your root chakra, and so this has to do with feeling grounded and feeling centered and rooted. Like, think of a tree, like grounded into the earth, and it's associated with your legs. So it's located at the base of your spine. And then you have the second chakra, and they're each associated with a color too. So the first chakra is associated with red and the earth, also an element. And then the second chakra is located in your pelvic bowl. And while you're doing cat-cow, you can imagine these two in your body just to bring some energy to them. So that second chakra is located in your pelvic bowl, and this is associated with your sexuality. This is associated with money and how you show up in the world, and it's associated with the color orange, and that's the Sushumna. And then the third chakra is located behind your navel point, and each one is associated also with the organs. So your third chakra is associated with your digestive system, and this is your fire. This is the Manipura. This is your power. Your power comes from your center. This is fire. And then we have the fourth chakra, which is your heart. This is located in the center of your chest, and this is associated with love, and it's associated with the color green. And this is, I forget what element, but we'll move on. And then you have the throat chakra, which is air. And then this one is like speaking your truth, and it's located behind your throat, and it's associated with your throat. And then you have the third eye, which is located at the point between your brow, and this is associated with the pineal gland, and this is associated with like your third eye. This is your psychic sight. This is your intuition. And then you have the top of the head. I believe that's the I can't remember the name, but this is the 1,000-petaled lotus, and this is associated with your higher self, as being able to tap into spirit, and it's located at the top of your head. And so those are all the chakras. So they're all associated with a different organ, with a different color, and doing 3 minutes of cat-cow, you balance all 7 of them, and that's all you have to do. So let's come into child's pose now. We'll sit back on our heels, take some deep breaths. Okay, let's come onto all fours. And then from here, we're going to come into a low lunge. So we're going to bring our right foot through, and then you're going to feel a stretch in the left hip flexor. We'll just stay here. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. And then we're going to inhale, lift our arms up, exhale. And then let's come down, let's switch sides. So right leg back, left foot front. Make sure your knee is over your ankles. You want to feel a stretch in the right hip flexor. And then we're going to inhale, lift our arms up. Try to roll your shoulders back and down. And then come forward, and let's come back onto all fours. Let's push back into child's pose. So your knees can be together or hip width apart. Okay, and then let's come into plank pose. So make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, and then we're gonna activate our hands here. So spread your fingertips as far apart as you can. We're gonna spread the pinky and the thumb as far apart as we can. The middle finger is straight. And then you're gonna rock the weight to the front of the heels a little bit, so that way all the weight isn't in the back of the heels, the back of the palm. And then we're gonna press down on all the fingers. And you have a bunch of little muscles and joints and ligaments, so we're just bringing blood flow to those. Really pressing down on the mat, and then we're gonna come into plank pose. So you're gonna keep your butt low, make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Let's take some deep breaths here. Bring your navel in towards your spine, make sure you're breathing. You can always come onto your knees if you need to. And then we're gonna come into chaturanga, half push-up, so the elbows stay by your sides, come halfway down. Let's come all the way down, and then let's come into cobra pose. So the elbows are gonna be by your sides. And then the elbows are on the mat, the palms are on the mat, and then gently look up. Take some deep breaths. Roll your shoulders back and down. So take 3 really deep breaths here. This is really important if you're always looking at your phone or if you're looking at a computer all day. You also want to feel the expansion across your chest, opening your heart chakra. And then come down, and then let's push back into child's pose. So feet together, knees hip width apart. And then let's come back onto all fours. So let's do that again. So we're going to spread the fingertip and the thumb as far apart as you can. The middle finger is going to be straight. And then you're going to rock the weight to the front of the palm. So that way all of the weight isn't in the heel of the palm. And then make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists. And then you just want to press down on your fingers, the palm of your hand. Activating the hands here, and then we're going to come into plank pose. So make sure your butt stays low. Bring your navel in toward your spine. And then we're going to come into chaturanga, half push-up. So come halfway down, the elbows stay by the sides. We'll inhale. Exhale, come down. Let's come into cobra, sphinx again. So elbows under the shoulders, roll your shoulders back and down. So take some deep breaths here. See if you can really feel the expansion across the chest. And then you're going to gently gaze your eyes up. And then gently come down. Let's push back into child's pose. So feet together, knees hip width apart. And then let's come onto all fours, and then let's push back into downward dog. So feet hip width apart, hands hip width apart. Walk your dog here. Pedal your feet left and right. Take some deep breaths. We're looking in between our feet here. So we're driving our tailbone up towards the sky. Drive your heels down towards the mat. And then let's come onto all fours. Let's push back into child's pose. And then let's come back onto all fours. Push back into downward dog again. This time we're going to look up towards our navel. Take some deep breaths. If your hamstrings are really tight, you can just bend your knees here and really get your tailbone up towards the sky. And then we're going to look forward. We're going to come into a low lunge, so right foot forward. And then bring your foot down. Let's come into the low lunge. And then from here, we're going to come into half Hanuman. So we're going to sit back on that left foot, and then we're going to flex the right foot. And then this time we're going to come forward over the leg. So we're going to inhale, reach up tall, and then exhale, come forward. So you can stay here, or if you need to be up on your toes like this, you can come into this pose. And we're going to inhale, lift up, exhale, big circle with the arms. And then let's come forward onto that right foot. Let's come back onto all fours. And then let's come into downward dog again. So we're going to inhale, come up, exhale. This time, your choice, either look between your feet or up towards your navel. Take some deep breaths here. And then let's look forward. This time the left foot is going to come through, come into our low lunge. Take some deep breaths here. And then this time we're going to sit back on the right heel. So you can sit back on the foot, or if you need to come up like this. And then we're going to sit up really tall. Inhale. And then we're going to come forward. And then inhale, come up. Big circle with the arms. And then let's rock forward. And then let's come back onto all fours. And then from here, we're going to come into a seated position. So we are going to do alternate nostril breathing. So this breathing is really good for bringing oxygen to your brain. It's also using the right and left nostrils. So you have these things in your body called nadis. So you have the chakras, right? And so the way the energy moves through the body are these nadis. So these are like your highway systems for the chakras, for the energy to move through the body really fast. So nadi is a Sanskrit word and it actually means movement. And so it's moving that subtle energy to all the different chakras. And it's transporting it. There's actually 72,000 different ones, but we're just going to focus on 3. So you have the Sushumna, which runs down the center of your body, and then you have the right and the left. So the left side is the Ida, and the right side is the Pingala. And we care about this because we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to be activating the right and left side, and each side signifies like a yin and yang kind of. So on the left side of your body, so if you inhale through your left nostril, what you're going to get is more mental energy, and it's associated with the feminine energy and the moon. So think of calming. This is like calming breath on the left nostril. And then the right nostril is the opposite. It's like the more masculine side. So this side is like mental quickness, and it's associated with the sun and mental energy. So if you notice throughout the day too, like your breath, it moves from right to left nostril. So that's something that you can think about after this is throughout the day. Am I breathing through the left nostril or the right nostril? Am I having calming breath? Am I feeling calm, or am I feeling energized? So something to think about. So what we're going to do for the alternate nostril breathing is we're going to take our thumb to our right nostril, and we're going to exhale through the left nostril. And then you can place these 2 fingers in the center of your forehead, or they can be out in front of you, whichever is more comfortable. And then your ring finger is going to close that left nostril. So we're going to exhale, close the left nostril. We're going to inhale. And then we're going to close the right nostril and exhale through the left. And then inhale through the left. And then close that nostril. And then exhale. Let's inhale. Close that nostril. We're going to exhale. Inhale. Close that nostril, exhale. Inhale. Switch. 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 Let's do one more round. So we're going to inhale on the right. Sorry, exhale and then inhale. And then we'll finish on the left. We're going to exhale. And then relax. Just close your eyes. Then gently open your eyes. So let's come back onto all fours. And then we're going to come into pigeon pose. So bring your right foot across. And then we're going to come down onto the left side. So take some deep breaths here. Oh, so high. 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 Om Soham. Om Soham. And gently bring the left foot in, back onto all fours. Stretch the right foot out. And then let's do that on the other side. So let's bring the left foot across. And come down onto the right foot. Take some deep breaths here. Just send your breath to those tight spaces. And then let's bring the right foot in. Come onto all fours. Stretch that left foot out. And then we're going to come into a seated position. Bring your feet out in front of us. Let's roll down onto our backs. Let's bring our knees into our chest. Rock left and right if that feels good. Really hug your chest. Take one deep inhale. Exhale. Let's come into Shavasana. Palms face the ceiling. Let the feet fall to each side. Take up as much space on your mat here as you'd like. So start to focus on your breath here. We're going to take 3 yogic breaths. We're going to inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, push the belly in. So go ahead and take 2 more of those on your own. So now we're going to focus on our first chakra again. It's located at the base of the spine. We're going to imagine a red energy flowing up the first chakra. So it's like a bright red. We're just going to activate each chakra as we visualize and draw this energy current through the astral spine. Astral spine is located where your physical spine is. It's just, this is these energetic properties that we're talking about. So we're going to imagine that red energy. It's going to go up the first chakra, located at the base of the spine, activating those subtle energies in the second chakra. So the second chakra is located in your pelvic bowl. We're going to raise it to the third chakra, behind the navel point. We're imagining this red energy flowing up the astral spine, drawing that energy up to the fourth chakra, located in the heart. Drawing that red energy up to the fifth chakra, located at the throat. Moving up to the sixth chakra, the point between our brow. Drawing that energy up to the seventh chakra, at the top of the head. Awakening all of our chakras. Now we're going to imagine a lotus. It's located at that first chakra. And this lotus has 4 petals. It's located at the Muladhara, the root or support chakra. So these petals are pointing downwards. And then we're going to pass the energy through the lotus once again, through the astral spine. And as we pass the energy through, the lotus petals are going to turn upwards so they can send their energy to the next one. So we're imagining that lotus flower at the base of the spine, petals are facing downwards. And this time we're going to imagine a light blue energy. So as we draw this energy up through the first chakra, through the Muladhara, we're going to imagine that blue energy is turning those lotus petals upwards. We're focusing on the second chakra now. And this second chakra is the Swadhisthana. This is in our pelvic bowl. And as we pass that light blue energy up through that lotus, the blossom petals are turning upwards, offering its energy into the next chakra above it, which is our third chakra, our Manipura. This is located behind the navel point. This lotus has 10 petals on it. So these petals are facing downward. And as we draw that blue energy up through that lotus petal, these petals are facing upward, offering its energy to the next chakra above it, which is our fourth chakra, located behind the heart, the Anahata. So this lotus has 16 petals on it. And these petals are facing downwards. So as we're drawing that blue energy up through the fourth chakra, these petals are pointing upwards, offering its energy to the next chakra. This chakra is the Vishuddha. This is located at the throat. This lotus has 16 petals on it. All these petals are facing downward. And as we bring the energy up through that fifth chakra. These petals are going to face upwards, offering its energy to the next chakra above it. We're going to visualize the sixth chakra. This is the point between the brow. This lotus blossom has two petals on it. These petals are facing downward. And as we bring that blue energy through the sixth chakra, the petals are facing upwards, offering its energy to the next chakra above it. Focusing on the seventh chakra, Sahasrara, 1,000 lotus petal blossom. All of these petals are facing downward. And as we draw that blue energy up through the seventh chakra, all 1,000 petals are turning upwards, offering the energy to the divine. As we pass the energy through the astral spine, we're letting it radiate and spill over top of our head, showering our aura in front of us, in the back of us, to the right, the left, below. Just surround yourself in that divine light. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing some life back into your limbs. And then gently bring the left arm up over your head, roll over onto your left side. Slowly push yourself up into a seated position. Eyes closed, hands to your heart. So we'll do one more spirit to spirit. And we'll create an intention for the rest of the week. So you can use this at any time that you need to ground yourself and connect back to spirit, or you need advice, or for any reason, if you just feel like you're feeling spacey, you need to make a decision. When you connect to spirit, you know you're going to get the best answer, you know you're going to get the best outcome. And so we're going to acknowledge our own spirit. Super easy. We'll pick a color for it. Maybe make it glittery, maybe it has a texture to it, maybe it looks like lightning bolts, maybe it looks like fresh cut grass. Whatever your spirit looks like, just imagine your spirit, and if you don't see anything, just pick a color, whatever color you like. Acknowledge your spirit. We're going to acknowledge all of our healing guides, your ancestors, the elements, deceased relatives, your guardian angels, the saints, sages, teachers, and the highest versions of themselves. And then we're going to connect to universal cosmic consciousness, the higher power. And we'll just create an intention for the rest of our week. We'll just say it to ourselves. Take one inhale. Exhale. Thank you guys for coming to my class. Namaste.